And welcome back to Stream of Thoughts, where the stream doesn't exist yet and the points don't matter. Cue the music. Okay, sure. We'll work with that. Or Pokemon. Anyways, what are we gonna talk about today? As of today, the Nintendo Direct just came by, so, I wanted to see if I could at least throw in my 2 cents on what happened. I don't know, something I wanted to do. And something I've always wanted to do, just get excited about talking about games, because, I don't really know anyone in my circle that really could geek out with me about this. So why not? I'll just freeform, react by myself. Talk about the things I like, about the things that happened. And so yeah, I'll just do it in a calm, freeform set list. I do have a list of some of the items that came out, and I'm not really sure how long it'll take to get through them. I'm probably not gonna get through all of them, but whatever. We'll go over some highlights if you'll join me. Let's see, what happened? First item. This already came out with a start with Fire Emblem Warriors, another one. Of course, I guess they're trying to get off of Three Houses and trying to pull in from that popularity there, and so surprisingly it's a new Fire Emblem Warriors, which is interesting. I would have thought it would have been an expansion, well, DLC of the other one, but it's interesting to see that they're gonna go with a different story and different approach to it. It kind of makes sense now that I think of it, because just of the general three alliances factor, but I do wonder how they're gonna do it. And especially since with Three Houses they introduced, I forgot the beast that they called it, which should be interesting for some of the bigger bosses, which the previous Nintendo Warriors games have kind of been, well, they've been doing recently. That's that. Next up, probably the next highlight, was Advance Wars, which we've already known about it, but I mean, it's Advance Wars. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play it for the Game Boy, but I hear from people it's good. I mean, I'm glad that they're able to port this over. A lot of the games they announced, it felt like they were all retro and being remade or remastered. I'm still not quite sure on the lingo on that quite yet, but yeah, so Advance Wars being one of them. I'm glad that at least there are a fair amount of games that have become more accessible. And so yeah, Advance Wars is one of them. And voice acted, which if people are into that, that'd be great. I believe that was the only new thing that was announced, unless the release date might have been new? April 8th? I'm not so sure on that. But yeah, new Advance Wars, and then we'll see as we go down the list a whole lot of other older titles getting released, which I'm pretty excited for as someone who isn't interested in some older games, or at least older style games. But what's not old, well, it is old. Well, it's the other way around, it's newer. Next one that was interesting. Okay, I do want to touch on No Man's Sky. I am talking about all these in chronological order, but I might skip some if I don't know too much or whatever. Briefly touch on No Man's Sky. I can't believe it's not a cloud version. I can't believe that it's capable of running on the Switch. Although I do want to see what that's like, just running on the Switch in general. Finally, well, not finally. Yes, congratulations. This talk is over now. Ooh, like I'm getting a bit loud. I think I'll lower buff volumes just a touch. I probably shouldn't do that. I could lower volumes in post. No, there's a stream. Whatever. Mario Strikers. Which, yeah. The last Strikers game came out for, I believe, the Wii, and the one before was for the GameCube, so it was empty in the Wii U era, so I'm just glad to see it coming back. I know people were fans of the brutal soccer game that is Mario Strikers. So, and as someone who didn't get to experience the first two, I can't wait to see firsthand, or secondhand, like what that's like. And actually see people play around with that. I mean, it just feels, I mean, from an external view, it does feel like Mario Kart Soccer, but I know there is some hype behind it, so yeah, it makes me wonder what it's about. Next thing I want to talk about, I mean, Splatoon 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Splatoon 3, but I mean, I guess it is surprising that they're bringing back Salmon Run rather than a new mode. That's all I really got to say. I didn't experience Splatoon too much, so. Next up. Now this one's an interesting one because I don't know much about it, but I still wanted to get my thoughts in, and that was Front Mission First, I believe they called it? No. I think the title is Front Mission First, but they called it something else. But one of two, maybe? Two English releases, which is really exciting. Looks like a turn-based tactics game with mechs and has that XCOM-y pattern. I don't want to say it pulled off of XCOM, especially if this came before it. But yeah, not my cup of tea, but just getting news that hey, Japanese releases are coming over just makes me excited that we could actually get games that are only in Japan, except for two exceptions, which I'm kind of disappointed. I'm disappointed, but I'm okay with it. Let's see. Anything else new? We're gonna skip down a few items. Let's see. Mickey Kart is just gonna get a lot of money. Although I do hope they call it Kingdom Carts. Well, no, it has a name already, but Kingdom Carts, after I heard it somewhere, is pretty funny. After just having a massive Disney crossover. Star Wars, Assassin's Creed, Gundam, ooh, Chrono Cross. That one sounds interesting, especially for how much compared to Chrono Trigger. It's interesting well, compared to Chrono Trigger and the abundance of remakes it's had, it's finally good to see that Chrono Cross, the what do I call it, the lesser paid attention to younger brother, is finally getting another, well, a remake. I'm not sure, yeah, if it's been remade before, but you know, I'm glad for Chrono Cross fans and for people to actually experience that game. The premise of being able to have a multitude of people in your party does seem interesting, depending on how you approach the story. And it feels like it kind of approaches that multiple scenario situation that Chrono Trigger did. Although, I'm not well versed in the Chronoverse, but I know Fair Touch. What's next? We're speeding through these. Oh, Kirby. Oh, Kirby. That definitely got mixed opinions after the car incident. Honest, but I love it. It's funny. It's Kirby, it's light, it's funny, although it might be unsettling. It's just I don't know, it's something that gave me a good laugh. I don't know how often it'll be put into practice, but it's comical, but it's a 3D Kirby, so I can't wait for something to come out of that. Next MLB, Kingdom Hearts. Ooh, Klonoa. Once again, another older title that got remade and is getting the collection out. Ooh, I've heard people like Klonoa. And once again, it's an older title that I haven't managed to experience myself, but yeah. I believe, is it Klonoa coming out for the Wii? Yes, I believe so. I don't have easy way to get to the web, but I don't know. Please site check me. Next up, Portal 1 and 2, which, wow, okay. Sure, I mean, for people who haven't played Portal, good. Well, not good. It's a good place for sorry, that caught me off guard. Haven't played Portal? Good. Don't. No, do. One of the most memorable video games of all time. Well loved, and is actually a short game. So it's putting it on a console to make it easier for more people to experience is just a plus. So, you know, though Valve can count to 3, and Valve may be a bit slow sometimes, which is understandable. Yeah, I'd say it's a good move. Next up, oh, how do you say this? I forgot how they said this. Is this Live Alive? Live Alive? Oh no. One of those, I think, or one of those I haven't said yet. Once again, a Japan exclusive that's gonna be new here. And it's gonna be in 2D HD. I love Octopath Traveler. I'm looking forward to Triangle Strategy. So seeing more HD 2D stuff, 2D HD, is just generally exciting. And I mean, the premise seems really cool, especially for, what was it, NES or SNES era? First NES or NES era game. So I really can't wait to see like what that game actually pulled off for its time, and see how memorable it is. Yeah, I might not check it out, but it's something I want to hear people talk about. Next, wow, they really had some big news for a lot of these. I didn't expect to be talking for this much. We had a lot, but okay. I could talk for longer. Next up, yeah, Nintendo Switch Sports. We're about 2/3 down the list now. I mean, this just makes sense, especially for the popularity that Wii Sports has and its practicality in just in the general public rather than amongst gamers. So like use in hospitals or movement treatment, which makes it ideal for the more common or casual people to get a Switch. So, a really good move, I believe, there. Just a good, accessible game for everyone. And yeah, just fun to play. It's sports, so everyone knows. It's just motion. But yeah, just makes it fun for anyone. Good game pick. Oh, the Taiko Drum game. Well, you could play Megalovania now. Congrats. Triangle Strategy. As I said before, looking forward to this game. I hope that the decision-making system that the game has isn't too shallow. This is my one hope that it doesn't have. But to be split between 3 sides is interesting, and how your choices will affect storyline and battles. I want to play a good strategy game, and yeah, this seems to be it. And well, I loved Octopath Traveler, and this is kind of the next, if you want to call it that, game made by those people. Although they do need to work on titling. You literally put the words Triangle Strategy in a song, and it was kind of off-putting. Let's see. Cuphead is Cuphead. I don't know how long it's been out. I know it's a good game, and I've played it, but I've played it a bit, but I don't know how long it's been since release and DLC. So it's kind of been a fair bit of old news. Okay, next up. Metroid Dread gets more stuff after, I want to say half a year now. Half a year of release. Getting an easy mode and a hard mode. I mean, sure. I've heard that game was difficult, so that getting that easy mode is definitely a plus for some people. But hard mode, sure, if people want it. Oh, here we go, next item on the list. We are suddenly going through all of them. Earthbound. Once again, another older game that modern people now have access to. It's Earthbound. And, it's Earthbound and Earthbound 0, or Mother 1 and 2, depending on who you are. But, yeah. No, I'm glad a new generation gets to play Earthbound, even though it is, well, the system can be a bit hard, but, you know, hey, you can play Earthbound and not Mother 3. Not Mother 3. For all the Japan exclusives they released to the West, Mother 3 was not one of them yet again. Is anyone surprised? No, not really. Let's see. These ones they scroll through quick, and I really don't know much about them. Zombie Army 4, Getsu Fumaden, Demon Slayer, Lego Bros, 2 Point Campus. 2 Point Campus has been getting a lot of press, although I don't know if there's anything behind it. And then finally, the last 2 announcements, which were pretty big. Mario Kart 8 DLC, which, wow, after all this time? It's been, I don't know how long it's been since the original Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. And then they put DLC to that. Then they just ported it to the Switch. And then give a whole 48 tracks more. Which, okay, sure. I mean, I did get word that 9 was in development. So it's interesting to get 8 news of all things on the day. I didn't really expect either, but you know, it's a surprise and I guess a welcome one. And I do love, actually no, I'm not sure how I feel about introducing Kart Tour tracks in it. because from my experience of playing it, what's it? They felt short or shorter. So I'm wondering if they're gonna add more laps to it or keep it as is. I hope they add more laps because I don't know. There doesn't feel like there'd be enough with the Mario Kart factor chaos, shall I say, to be put into those short of courses. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how well they'd implement that. Now, finally, biggest news for a lot of people, Xenoblade 3. And wow, what they did. Without getting too much into it, I can't believe it's happening soon. I believe, what did I put here? 22nd of September. Yeah, you know, half a year away. But still sooner than I expected. But yeah, it's good to hear that the Xenoblade people are doing a 3. I'm surprised they haven't done X2, because I've heard people like that, but after experiencing stories of 1 and 2, I'd look forward to what they do with 3. Especially with what they're foreshadowing and alluding to. Phenomenal stories, phenomenal games. I hope this third one, well, I hope that it would be, I don't know, I hope it would be a good way to, I don't want to say round it off in case they want to do more, but 3 feels like a good possible ending point unless they do something with it. But we'll see. They're bringing together a lot of aspects, and I'm wondering how much they've actually worked on and improved on 1 and 2, especially with voice direction. And yeah, that's it. That was honestly a really, really solid direct. A lot of oldies coming back, a lot of new things coming out, a fair mix of everything in the span of 40 minutes. Yeah, it was a fairly solid, fairly solid direct. I am disappointed, well, not disappointed, but sad that probably my dream release didn't come out. Although it does come out in Japan, ironically. Since it was announced early this year, I was really hoping that, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim would actually come out in English, or come out to the West for the Switch. Since I loved the story of that game, I loved everything about it as a game, and I got really excited when I heard it was coming out to the Switch in Japan. So I was kind of disappointed when it didn't come out here in the West, especially since, well, I don't really have a PlayStation, but well, whatever. I'm okay with it. It's still a solid direct though. And honestly, a whole bunch of new titles to explore, a whole bunch of old titles to explore. Yeah. That's everything really. All of my words that I could say into this. I'm talking 24 minutes. Good stream of thoughts. Lots of thoughts were had. And yeah.